What's going on, everyone? We're back with another exclusive. Listen, I want to give a huge shout out to Lucy from the Patreon. She has me back on that BTS train. Do not sleep on them and the talent that they bring to the table, the concepts, the themes, the lyricism. This right here is none other than Louder Than Bombs. One. Really? You've got this gritty bass distortion underneath and then what sounds like a snap track, but it's not typical finger snapping, I don't think. It's a clap of an instrumentation. Unless that's been super like reverbed out and just filter passed differently. Wow. The unfamiliar shadow in the midst of those cheers. I mean, we've talked about the poetic nature and the way that they construct their words and their lyrics. And there's a lot of metaphors that are used. It's very soulful. It's very sort of in tune with their surroundings. They've got a great way of painting pictures and just setting things up. And then obviously the singing from Jungkook. I mean, he is literally dropped from heaven. The man is an angel with his voice. The word that'll never be believed. Let's look on the bright side. You know, playing off of that popular saying, always look to the bright side. But look at the lyricism again, how this sets up and the way this is thought about. The unfamiliar shadow. So you've got this concept of a shadow and something darker, which I'm sure will get revealed. But then they play off of that and have that contradiction to let's look on the bright side. So there's this shadow over here, and yet you're getting told to look on the bright side. See how one line kind of leads into the other? And what is going on with just that weird, I think it's like a snare roll that just like bounced on one side, then went over to the other side of the mix. Some really cool stuff happening atmospherically in the production. Even right there, the little whirr started on one side, just shot all the way across the other eardrum. Wow. Wow. How high do you want to go? Yes, let's go even higher. Just singing in this range for male voices. I mean, I'm telling you, the versatility they have is crazy, but I love how everything just rises here. I mean, this is a hit, Louder Than Bombs. And you just picture like this war zone of conflict and this pain spilling over. Then even the line, in my quiet sea, the waves crash in. And you could take that as like your mental, your psychology. Like even within, there's this disruption as it goes on. And watch how everything just kicks in a second and crescendos. Wow. There's those strings off to the side with that ah. I love how that just lines up as the strings start to get introduced there. That's nice. Wow. The harmonies, all of them together on that. Then it gets kind of synthy right here and atmospheric, but that bass is like a heartbeat underneath. It's gritty.
Baby, I'm nothing more than nothing, brighter than the light. Don't you wanna think from me?
But I'm nothinger than nothing, brighter than the light. I love RM's choice of a very soft, like almost whispered type of delivery and cadence from a rapper's perspective.
Brighter than the light. Don't you wanna think from me? You say I'm something, rather something brighter than the light. Don't you give up your life? day in maze, wonder if this get a place. Where's no way?
Love that. Just here I stay, pray. Everything's a maze. Da, 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 da. Again, he's like really riding the rhythms and the waves.
Alive. Here I stay, pray for better days. Every day in maze, wonder if this get a place. Where's no way? It's kundalini ground. All the 무너지는 종묘. Louder than bells.
Oh, the ground. Pause. Oh my goodness, got a little aggressive there trying to hit that space bar. I'm going to make a t-shirt, Knox versus space bar, but we know who ultimately wins that battle when you hit that stupid space bar and live streams just get canceled on you. But I love the sentiment of the ground shaking because, again, we talk about that metaphorical spirit. So to me, like the bombs ringing out, this conflict, this internal conflict is represented through the bombs, the ground shaking, like you feel like your foundation is crumbling. Right? What's happening within is just completely falling apart. And whether that's via an external relationship or whether that's through some other factor and sentiment that they want to express. But I just love the way that they set this up through the symbolism and the word choice here along this.
Where's no way? It's kundalini ground. All the 무너지는 종묘. Louder than bells.
That was cool. Everything just stopped for a second when he said mute. Louder than bombs. Like literally he muted the track real quick.
Louder than bells.
Oh. I want to tell you that darkness exists everywhere. Don't be afraid. And I think that's the first time we get a little bit more of a positive sentiment. And I've always said this about BTS's songs, especially when they look at like the internal and the psychological. Like even though they talk about the dark and the clouds as they surround, there's always like a little ray of light and some type of optimism that they kind of flip it on. And they're doing that here with that line. What was that? Whew. Yeah. Some really funny ad-libs, like ghost ad-libs in the mix down there. How do you have such like a really cool like cadence, punchy delivery there, faster flow, but still with that whispered format? Man, that is so dope. Wow. We picked this game in front of the world, I'll say, louder than bombs. You could also see it from the perspective of like taking the stage and the roar of the crowd as it comes rushing in. And it could be kind of a reflection of their careers as musicians and where they stand as a group amidst it all. I could listen to this harmony all day. Matter what I do, I roll in filth. Wow. They say, well, they're jealous of us. They say the pain I own is hypocrisy. Oh, that's a great line. And you could take that in so many ways. You could take it as, you know, because I have such success and, you know, you see this idol in front of you. And then I talk about pain. I talk about all this that I'm going through. And it's almost like it's hypocritical. How can you be in pain because you've achieved this level of success? Or it could be even in context of the relationship, right? And it's kind of hypocritical to feel this way. And maybe you're the one who's created this situation. So you've created this pain and brought this upon yourself. Surely that's hypocritical. And these drop down cadences from the rappers, these super like whispered, almost like Billie Eilish style, like get really close to the mic. You can hear like even like the spit on their mouths and the way the tongue rolls and like the way it hits the teeth and everything. It's really a really dope pocket that all three of them have utilized on this track. That's, man, I love the mixing on this. I'm really in love with this track. Like that right there, I'm just sat here thinking like, all right, how can we switch it up a little bit after I just talked on that? And literally mind meld here. They come in with a da da da. But it's not like over the top yelling. Like the way that that's been mixed, it was softened and it was put through like a megaphone filter and then pushed back down, buried into the mix, but it's still strong enough to come through. Just the engineering and the thought process to this and the musicality is fucking cool. Wow. No matter what kind of waves strike, we will endlessly sing towards you. Again, you know, when I talked about maybe the perspective of relating to their careers and the applause and the roaring of the crowd and all the conflicts that they face, and then singing towards you, no matter what waves, no matter what happens, no matter what we're going through, you know, we're going to continue on this journey and we're going to push forward through it. Wow, that was a haunting harmony to end it. I really, really liked that song. I mean, the singing was another level. The rap flows and the unique pockets that they found, because I've heard a lot of BTS raps. That was super dope. The way that was all mixed and brought together, and then the metaphorical nature of the lyricism, the symbolism of it all, the message. The hook is a hit. The harmonies blending together. I mean, it really does tick all the boxes for me. And this is why this group is beyond labels that people want to give them, beyond boxes that they want to put them in. BTS, you were Knoxville certified. Hope you guys liked today's video. Listen from here at the end. Do me a huge favor. Support channel directly. Subscribe, notifications on. I love you. All right, people. We'll catch you again.